Rubén Amorim has emerged as a prominent figure in international football, both during his playing career and in his rising coaching career. This new video from Daily Soccer Planet reviews his journey, from his beginnings to his most recent position, currently held at the helm of Manchester United, profiling him as one of the most exciting prospects in the world of football. His early years and birth. Rubén Felipe Marques Amorim was born on January 27, 1985, in Lisbon, Portugal. From a young age, he showed a great passion for football, a sport that quickly became the center of his life. Growing up in a city rich in football tradition, Amorim joined local youth academies where he began to hone his skills. His career as a player. Amorim made his professional debut with the Portuguese club Belenenses in 2003, where he stood out as a versatile and tactically intelligent midfielder. His performance in the team caught the attention of Benfica, one of the biggest clubs in Portugal, where he signed in 2008. During his time at Benfica, Amorim contributed to the team's success by winning several titles, including 3 Primeira Liga championships, 1 Taça de Portugal, and several Taça da Liga titles. His ability to adapt to different roles on the field made him a key player for the club. Subsequently, he also had brief stints with Al Wakrah in Qatar before retiring as a player in 2017. Participation with the Portugal national team. At the international level, Rubén Amorim represented Portugal on several occasions. He played 14 matches, participating in the FIFA World Cups of South Africa 2010 and Brazil 2014. And he was also part of the under-18, under-19, under-20, and under-21 teams, respectively. Although he was not a regular starter, his inclusion in the team reflected his importance as a reliable and disciplined player. Transition to coach. After hanging up his boots, Amorim quickly embarked on his coaching career. His first major challenge came in 2019, when he took charge of Casa Pia, a modest Portuguese club. Despite his short experience, he demonstrated a surprising ability to motivate his players and apply innovative tactics. Subsequently, he was hired by Braga, where he achieved his first major success as a coach by winning the League Cup in 2020. This achievement caught the attention of Sporting Lisbon, who hired him that same year. At Sporting Lisbon, under his leadership, the club won the local league twice and competed in the Champions League, establishing itself as one of the revelations in European football. This year in the Primeira Liga, Sporting had an immaculate record of 9 victories in 9 games. His record with Sporting Lisbon was 231 matches, managed with 164 wins, 34 draws, and 33 losses, achieving a performance that exceeded 70%, also securing 4 local titles, a club that during his tenure experienced one of its best periods in recent decades. In the 2020 to 2021 season, he guided the team to their first Primeira Liga title in 19 years, in addition to winning another League Cup. His success was based on an offensive playing philosophy and trust in young players. Style of play. Rubén Amorim has hinted at an exciting and offensive style of football that he intends to implement at Manchester United, marking a departure from the more defensive tactics that characterized his successful stint at Sporting Lisbon. Under Amorim's direction, Sporting thrived, showing a preference for a 3-4-3 formation that emphasized a solid defensive structure and allowed for counter-attack opportunities. This tactical scheme was evident in their sensational 4-1 triumph over Pep Guardiola's Manchester City at the Estadio José Alvalade, where the team turned the score around after Phil Foden opened the scoring for City. Victor Gyökeres scored an impressive hat-trick, complemented by a goal from Maximiliano Araujo, sealing the victory for the Lions. After the resounding victory against City, Amorim reached out to TNT Sports Brazil, expressing the added pressure of adopting an offensive style of play at Manchester United compared to his time at Sporting. He stated, "No, I think, as I said, the result is misleading. We are a team outside the top 5, and we are allowed to play like this, defensively, waiting for the counterattack." He continued, When you come to Manchester United, whether it takes time or not, you have to face these teams, and it's a completely different story. And that's the job we want to do there, which is not just defending all the time. Amorim acknowledged the need for United to face their rivals directly, stating, "The Manchester United has to face these clubs head-on, and it will be a completely different story. There will be rivalry. I'm not one for big conflicts. I defend the team to the maximum, but let's see what happens." If you're passionate about soccer and love staying up to date on everything from transfers to breaking news and important stories like that of Rubén Amorim, one of Europe's most promising coaches, subscribe to our channel to stay informed about everything happening in the world of soccer. In a conversation about Matthias Reis, who joined Sporting in 2021 and credited Amorim for his development, he commented, "I am fully aware that I am neither close nor far from being the best, neither technically nor tactically. I think that's my great vocation, let's say. I like to help my players. I was a player. I've been through a lot, and I treat them as human beings first, and then we move on to the rest. Football is the rest." Amorim expressed his appreciation for Reis's comments, saying, "So I am much happier with this compliment than with something like inventing football and new techniques and tactics, and I really feel very flattered by Reis's words." 3 central defenders formation. At Sporting, Amorim generally set up with a 3-defender structure, and throughout his tenure, his team practiced a game based on ball possession dominance. In the build-up play, Amorim wanted his 3 center-backs to break through the opponent's first line in the midfield whenever possible. With the double pivot dropping deep, the center-back Sebastian Coates, Gonzalo Inacio, and the converted left-back Matthias Reis sought to make forward passes to connect with that double pivot. The 2 pivots tried to turn and find the attackers between the lines. If they couldn't turn, they would then connect with the fullbacks to seek progression on the outside. Amorim also adjusted his team's formation, with the outside center-back, usually Coates, positioning himself slightly higher. This meant that the 2 pivots spread out and moved closer to the fullbacks. A formation that also aimed to open more passing lines for direct and incisive deliveries from the outside center-backs, who briefly paired up, towards forwards positioned higher up. These passes often bypassed the nearest options and instead found an attacker dropping down the wings to create more danger in the attack. Rubén Amorim's attacking phase. In the attacking phase, we begin to see Amorim adopt several concepts that belong to the positional play concept in football. He likes his players to occupy the half space and receive the ball in areas of the field that can immediately hurt the opponent's defensive structure. This was especially important in the build-up phase of the game, as Sporting sought to create passing options at different levels when the open central defenders were in possession of the ball. And from there was a fullback and a forward with enough freedom to receive the ball and generate vertical passes that allowed them to craft quick transitions from defense to attack. In his short coaching career so far, Rubén Amorim has impressed at every turn. He has shown that he can support his team in adopting complex tactical concepts, regardless of the quality of individual talent they possess. This is a sign of a coach with excellent communication skills. The arrival at Manchester United. In November 2024, Rubén Amorim was announced as the manager of Manchester United, one of the most iconic clubs in the world. This appointment marked the beginning of a new challenge in his career. Although his management at the club is in its early stages, Amorim has shown a clear focus on revitalizing the team with fresh ideas and an emphasis on developing young talents. So far, he has managed a total of 6 matches with 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses, achieving a 50% performance. Projections and future. With his proven ability in both player management and the implementation of modern strategies, Rubén Amorim is expected to continue leaving his mark on European football. His initial success with Manchester United will be key to determining whether he can establish himself as one of the great coaches of his generation. In summary, the story of Rubén Amorim is that of a man who has been able to adapt and succeed at every stage of his footballing life. From his days as a player to his current position as a coach at one of the most prestigious clubs in the world, His career is an inspiration for future generations. Rubén Amorim has proven to be a rising star in European football, bringing his unique style from Portugal to the heart of Manchester United. Will he usher in a new era at Old Trafford? What do you think about his coaching philosophy and his impact so far? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. We're reading them all.